Hey Virgo. Two things are happening simultaneously, and they're more connected than you realize. Someone has given you their heart completely, fully, in ways they might not even admit to themselves yet. And separately, but not coincidentally, you're on the verge of achieving something significant, something that's going to elevate you, something that's going to shift how people perceive you, something that someone in your immediate circle wants desperately but hasn't been able to attain themselves. And that convergence, being loved deeply while ascending visibly, is about to reveal things about the people around you. Because success exposes jealousy, and being chosen exposes envy. And when both happen at once, when you're being elevated romantically and professionally or personally, you're going to see who's genuinely happy for you and who's been wearing a supportive mask over competitive resentment. This isn't about making you paranoid. This is about preparing you for the reality that not everyone rooting for you is actually rooting for you, and knowing that protects you. So let's explore this. Who has your heart, what you're about to achieve, who wants what you're getting, and how to navigate success and love simultaneously without letting other people's envy contaminate your joy. Take what resonates here. This is about elevation and revelation. You remain in control of who you trust, always. This is simply an invitation to see clearly who's genuinely in your corner when you start winning. Let me start with the person who has your heart, or more accurately, whose heart you have, because I need to be clear about the direction here. This isn't about who you're chasing. This is about who's chosen you, who's decided, consciously or unconsciously, that you're the one, that you're different from everyone else they've encountered, that what they feel for you goes beyond casual interest into something deeper, rarer, more committed. And here's what's remarkable about this person: they might not be dramatic about it. They might not write you poetry or make grand declarations, but their actions speak. They show up, they're consistent, they prioritize you without making it a performance. They think about you constantly, even if they don't vocalize it. They've already made internal decisions about you that their external behavior hasn't fully revealed yet. For some of you, this is someone you're already involved with, and you might not realize the depth of what they're feeling. You might think it's casual or undefined or still developing. But on their side, they're in. They're committed in their heart, even if they haven't said it explicitly. They've stopped looking at other options. They've started planning futures that include you. You have their heart in ways that would surprise you if you could see inside their private thoughts. For others, this is someone about to reveal themselves, someone who's been in your orbit, watching, developing feelings, waiting for the right moment, and that moment is approaching. The achievement you're about to have, the success that's coming, is going to be the catalyst that makes them step forward. Because watching you succeed makes them realize they can't keep hiding how they feel, that you're extraordinary and they need to say something before someone else claims you. Now, let me talk about what you're about to achieve, because this is where things get interesting. You're approaching a breakthrough, a recognition, a milestone that's been building. Maybe it's professional, a promotion, an award, a successful project launch, a business taking off. Maybe it's personal, a goal finally reached, a skill mastered, a transformation completed. Maybe it's creative, something you've made, getting noticed, getting celebrated, getting the response you've been working toward. Whatever form it takes, it's visible. It's not just internal satisfaction, it's external validation. Other people are going to see it, are going to acknowledge it, are going to congratulate you. And that visibility is what triggers the envy, because achievements witnessed create comparison. And comparison reveals who's secure in themselves and who measures their worth against yours. Let me be specific about who wants what you're getting. Because this isn't a stranger, this is someone close, someone in your circle, a friend, a colleague, a family member, someone who's had access to your journey, who's watched you work toward this, who maybe even encouraged you outwardly while secretly hoping you wouldn't actually succeed because your success highlights their stagnation. They want what you're achieving, not in a that inspires me to work harder way, in a that should have been mine way, in a why them and not me way, in a resentful, bitter, diminishing way that will show itself through subtle comments, through finding flaws in your achievement, through minimizing it, through shifting conversation back to themselves, through disappearing when you need celebration because your joy makes them uncomfortable. And here's the painful part. You probably trust this person. You've confided in them. You've supported them. You've been genuine in your friendship or relationship with them, which makes their envy feel like betrayal when you finally see it, which is why I'm warning you now, so you can recognize it without being devastated by it, so you can protect your joy without giving them power to contaminate it. Let me slow down here because I need to address something important. Not everyone's going to be jealous. There will be people genuinely happy for you who celebrate your wins without making it about them, who can hold space for your success without feeling diminished by it, who love you enough that your elevation elevates their joy. Those people exist, and this message isn't about making you distrust everyone. It's about helping you discern who's who. The way you discern, watch who celebrates with presence versus who congratulates with distance. Watch who asks questions about your achievement versus who changes the subject quickly. Watch who shows up to support versus who suddenly becomes unavailable. Watch who can hold your success without immediately pivoting to their own struggles. Those observations tell you who's safe to share your full joy with and who needs information diet. Drop a comment if you already sense who the jealous person might be. If there's someone in your circle who's been acting strange lately or who you felt competitive energy from. Because I think many of you know you've felt the shift. You've noticed the subtle digs disguised as jokes. You've sensed the energy change when you share good news. You just haven't wanted to believe someone you care about could resent your success. You know what else I'm sensing? The achievement and the love are connected, not just temporally, but causally. Your success is making you more attractive, not in a superficial way, but because success reveals character, shows discipline, shows capability, shows you're someone who sets goals and achieves them, and the person whose heart you have is attracted to that, is choosing you partially because of qualities that your upcoming achievement demonstrates, which means the person who's jealous of your achievement might also be jealous of your romantic situation, might want the person who wants you, or might have wanted you themselves, and seeing someone else claim your heart while you're succeeding professionally feels like double loss. Like they're losing on multiple fronts while you're winning on multiple fronts, and that compounds their resentment. Let's sit with this for a moment. What if the jealousy you're about to encounter is actually confirmation that you're on the right path? What if envy is just inverted admiration? What if someone wanting what you have means you have something worth wanting? What if their resentment, while painful to witness in someone you care about, is actually evidence that you're doing exactly what you should be doing? Because here's the truth: you can't make yourself smaller to make insecure people comfortable. You can't dim your light to ease someone else's darkness. You can't refuse achievement or love to avoid triggering jealousy. That's not compassion, that's self abandonment. And it doesn't actually help the jealous person. It just enables their refusal to do their own work. Let me offer you practical guidance about navigating this situation. First, celebrate your wins fully with people who can handle them. Don't minimize your achievements to make others comfortable. Find your people who can genuinely celebrate with you, who can hold your joy without making it about themselves. Celebrate big with those people. Let yourself feel the fullness of success without apologizing for it. Second, with the jealous person, create distance without drama. You don't need to confront them about their envy. You don't need to cut them off completely. Just share less. Celebrate elsewhere. Stop seeking their validation or approval. Let the relationship naturally become more superficial as you invest your emotional intimacy in people who can actually be happy for you. Third, protect the person whose heart you have from the jealous person. Don't expose your relationship to people who resent it. Don't give jealous people access to intimate details they might weaponize. Keep your love somewhat private, not hidden, just protected, because what's sacred deserves protection from people who might try to contaminate it. Fourth, use the jealousy as information about who to trust going forward. Success and love are wonderful filters. They reveal true character. People who can celebrate with you in good times are people you can rely on in hard times. People who resent you in good times will abandon you in hard times. So let this revelation inform your trust distribution. Fifth, have compassion for the jealous person without absorbing their dysfunction. You can understand that their envy comes from their own pain, their own sense of inadequacy, their own stuckness, and you can have compassion for that struggle without making it your responsibility to manage their emotions or limit your life to accommodate their insecurity. Let me ask you one final question. What would it feel like to fully own your success and your love without apologizing, without downplaying, without making yourself smaller? What would it feel like to just receive, to let yourself have the achievement, to let yourself be loved, to stand in both without guilt or discomfort, or the need to diminish yourself for others' comfort, because that's what this moment is inviting you into. Full ownership of your worth, of your capabilities, of your lovability, of the fact that you deserve both professional success and personal love, and you don't have to choose one or hide one to have the other. You're allowed to win in multiple areas simultaneously. You're allowed to have someone's whole heart while also having professional achievement, both at once, unapologetically. Here's what you need to understand: you have this person's heart, not because you chased it or earned it through performance, but because of who you are, because your character, your energy, your essence attracted someone capable of deep feeling. And that's beautiful. That's worth celebrating. That's worth protecting. And you're about to achieve something significant. Not luck, not accident. The result of work, persistence, skill, dedication, something you've earned, something that reflects your capabilities, something worth celebrating, something that's yours to claim fully. And yes, someone wants both those things, wants the love you're receiving, wants the success you're achieving. Um, and their wanting creates envy, but their envy is their problem, not your responsibility, not something you need to fix by making yourself less, not something you need to manage by hiding your blessings. Take what resonates from this reading, leave what doesn't, and remember that you remain in control of who you trust, of how much you share, of whether you let other people's jealousy diminish your joy. You have this person's heart, and you're about to achieve something that someone around you wants, and both those things are yours. Yours to have, yours to celebrate, yours to protect from people who can't be genuinely happy for you. Trust your inner knowing. Trust that you deserve both love and success. Trust that people who can't celebrate with you aren't your people. Trust that protecting your joy from jealous people isn't mean. It's wise. Trust that you're allowed to win fully, without apology. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being someone who works toward achievement. Thank you for being someone worthy of genuine love. You're exactly where you need to be. About to succeed, being deeply loved, about to discover who can handle both and who can't. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Celebrate fully, love openly, and protect your blessings from people who resent them. You've earned this, all of it,